Hey there, welcome to Hand Built. So anyway, Luke McHugh informs me that I was showing a little bit of butt crack in my last video. He said he'd like to see more of that, so I've got to be a bit more mindful of what I'm hanging out there, because yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get him excited. So it's Wednesday already. I haven't done much at all. Last thing you saw, I pulled the engine out of my S30, my 260Z. I did last night get a chance to fit up the brackets for mounting it on the rotisserie. So that's a start. Next thing I've got to do, I've got to pull the sway bar out right now, because the front part of the rotisserie mounts to the sway bar bolts. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to do that now. Looking up out of the engine bay, and we're looking down the trans tunnel. So I thought I'd show you what the rust situation from under the car. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? Looks like we've got some on this side too, because it looks like they've stuck a plate over it on this side. And a funny little square hole there. Don't know what's going on there, but there's some more up there. That's the where the heater must have ate itself out from the inside. It's a bit messy and dirty under here. Some rust in the, don't know if you can see that right there. There's a bit of rust in there as well, in the chassis rail. So I've got some fun ahead of me. So this sway bar is about half as thick again as your standard 240Z sway bar. Now, I thought it was just the 2+2s that had the thickest sway bars, but I'm not sure. So it's a two-seater. Maybe that's why it was handling. Well, I thought it handled all right. So maybe it's because it had a thicker sway bar. I mean, obviously it was no race car, but I thought it handled pretty good. Now the extractors, they're reasonably good condition. They come up well with a blast. I mean, I've had to hammer them in a little bit there to clearance the triples, but when you get down to here, they've had a dodgy repair. I don't know what they've done, but I'm going to blast them up anyway and give them a tidy up. I think I'd like to make up a set of stainless steel equal length extractors down the track a bit. So yeah, it's Friday, mofos. So it's on the rotisserie. See, I'm happy about that. That's progress. So obviously I've still got to pull all that out, all the suspension, fuel tank, yada yada yada, because it's pretty heavy still. I can't even move the rotisserie on its wheels because it's too heavy. But today is not about my car. Today is about Freddy's. So I'm going to remove this drip rail. That's the first thing I'm going to do today. Actually, no. First thing I'm going to do today is to go get a haircut, because it's wild and out of control. So I'm going to shut up shop, go jump in my Challenger and go get a haircut. So I got to drill out the spot welds here. I've started drilling out little pilot holes for the spot weld drill bit to bite into. I just broke my 3mm drill bit, so I have to go off to Bunnings to get another one. So I might take G60 for a drive. Yeah. While I was at Bunnings, I decided to get some air hose fittings. Got my drill bits, some globes for my little lead light. But I've been sick and tired of this mess up here. So what I've got to do is I've got to put these fittings into this water trap pressure regulator thing, so I can run my hose to it from an air compressor and then run this hose out of it. It'll give me more length and I'll be able to raise it up. So I'm going to do that quickly before I get back into Freddie's car. Okay, it's still untidy, but at least I'm not hitting my head on it every time I walk under it now. I still plan on doing a blue line system so that it's all nice and neat and tucked away and you can't see it. But for now, I'm just too busy. I've got to get this car and Freddie's finished. Once it's all finished, I'll have more time to actually enjoy myself, because at the moment I'm just working, and I'm not really enjoying my time. So that's the main goal. Get the cars done and then enjoy them. The rail off. I was going to blast it, but I think I might, for the sake of sifting all the sand and getting the blaster out, I might just make a new one. Well, this part here I might just cut along that edge there and make this lip, because that up there, that's nice and solid, except for that there. I've still got to fix that properly, and the inside skin I'm gonna have to make that as well, because that's shot. So pretty much going to be making this whole rail. I hope the other side's better. Yeah, I've done enough for today. As you can see, I've got it pretty much all in shape, except for I've got to fold the actual drip rail up. But that's not much. I've got to chisel it along the edge, because it actually needs to have a little gutter in it. But I'm going to do that in the next round. That'll do for now. So next I'll be starting to take all the suspension out of my 260Z here, and everything in the engine bay. So I'll see how much I can get done in a day on Sunday. Tomorrow's Saturday, which means domestic duties. I couldn't help myself. I folded the drip rail up. I've still got to trim the excess off because it's too fat. Chrome trim won't fit over that, so I'll do that. And I've also got to put a little stretch in this bit here so it comes around a little bit, because it's, as I folded it up, it straightened it out, which is no good. So yeah, next round I'll take the tech screws out and get it off, and I'll do all that. Also got to trim this edge off because it's supposed to stop there. But all in all, that's a drip rail. So things are about to get a whole lot messier in my shed. I'm starting to pull the suspension and everything else out of the body. So yeah, that's my day today. Get as much out as I can. As you can see, I've already started. I've got strut out and front control arm, sway bar and all that jazz. So I'm just gonna power through it. So let's go. This is my last available piece of floor space, so my shed's just getting worse and worse. I really got to get this car done, or these cars done, so I can have a tidy shed again, because we start ripping cars apart, just gets chaos. So I've got all the stuff out from underneath the back, all the diff, fuel tank. I've still got a few small things like handbrake cables and brake lines and all that I've still got to get out, but I'll do that once I've turned it upside down. There's the control arms and rear struts, and this is the diff. It's getting a bit grotty. Now, I thought that I had a R200 in my car. It did originally, but I forgot. I took it out and put it in my 240Z and swapped them over because my 240Z had an RB25 in it and needed the extra strength. So I never thought that I would be upgrading the horsepower that much on this car. Well, it probably still won't be as much as the RB was, but my CAS diff center that I bought is for an R200 and not an R180. Anyway, I've got to strip out the engine bay next. So I might put you on time lapse in a minute. In a minute, I mean tomorrow, because I'm going inside now because it's getting late. Well, late-ish, it's still daylight as you can see, but I want to go inside and relax before I have to get up and go to work again in the morning. All right, I'll catch you in a minute. Tomorrow, in a minute. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it there. Next thing I've got to do is I'm going to turn the car on its side so I can get all the stuff out from underneath. It doesn't have to be under there. As soon as that's done, I can start working on the rust. Yeah. Once the rust's done, then it's all downhill from there. It's smoothing out body panels and getting ready for high field primer and paint. Next video you'll see will be from Wiggly's Reserve down Glenelg, South Australia, because on Sunday I'm heading down there with my G60 Patrol and we are going to have Datsun Day. I'll try and get every single car that's there on video, and I'm working on a little piece of music I'm hoping to put with it if I get it done in time. Okay, alright, I'll see you next time. Please subscribe and share and like and hit the bell and all that stuff. And I'll see you at Glenelg.